Looks like I'm white. Hopefully everyone's having a good day today. Today we're just going to focus on playing solid. Stay enclosed, so I'm going to enclose. They approach, and I'm just going to defend my corner. So they're going for all of this side, and we're not going to worry. Well, I thought he was going for this side, but since he didn't play this Hane to take it, we're going to go ahead and play that Hane. And so he switched to this side. So now we just have to look at this cut. Are we really worried about it? So if he cuts, we Atari, we push this way, we push this way. If he tries to run this way, we block. And it looks like we should just be able to capture him first. But if he cuts here and we Atari this way and go down and block, then the 2 stones die. So as long as we can read that we can push this way and kill, then we don't need to spend another move here to defend. And he really wants a base on this side. So I think we can kind of take his base away without being too aggressive, although he's going to play it anyway. And he attached to our stone. So I think we're just going to Hane. Make sure we avoid any cutting points. And if they're going to push from behind, it's normally good to just keep extending, because we're reducing the center potential, and we also were getting some potential here, while he wasn't really getting anything. So now he attached to the corner, and we just want to try and connect these 2 stones together. We're not worried about points. We're not worried about his getting influence over here. All we care about is connecting our stones together. Okay, we could connect here, which makes it harder for him to Hane and take this side. But then there's like a push and a cut and maybe a peep here that we have to worry about. So we're just going to try and make everything as solid as possible. But now he made kind of a similar mistake to this one, where he extended instead of just playing the Hane. So since he didn't play that, we're going to Hane, because now we're much stronger here. This is pretty strong, and if he tries to Hane, we should be able to connect. So if he Hanes, we block. If he extends, we connect. And if he tries to Hane, then we can just Atari and capture. Okay, so he jumps here, and now that we're very strong here, we don't want to let him play a move like this and take all this potential. But we can only do this because we defended all of our cutting points. We made sure we're connected. So now we can jump on the side here. He likes to attach. So similar here, we're not worried about cutting him off. We're not worried about his potential. We have a cut here, so we need to make sure it stays defended. So we can block this way, or we can block this way. So here we can read if he Hanes, we Hane. If he extends, we connect. If he Hanes and we Hane, and then he Hanes again, trying to cut us off, then we can Atari, he connects, and then we can connect or capture his stone. So we should be able to extend this way without getting cut. Looks like he might try. Okay, stay connected. And now he's trying to make eyes. So again, we're nice and connected. None of these cutting points should work. And I don't really feel like just jumping in, creating another weak group. So I think I want to turn here. We stay connected. He still needs to make sure he's alive. Same here, just keep extending. So we're reducing his potential. And the main thing is we're getting strong groups that we can run to. So if we do make a group over here, we can run to it. And here he makes a small mistake. Let's see what he does if we push. Yep, because now we can cut, because we can connect to this stone very easily. So now he's alive, and these are cut off, and we're pretty much connected everywhere. Just to double check, new stones have been played over here, so we have to make sure they still can't cut us off. So again, if they Hane, we go here. If they go here, we connect under. They Hane, we Hane, and they Hane again, trying to cut us off. We can then Atari and capture. So our group should be connected. And I still don't feel like just jumping in and creating another weak group. So let's see if we can attack this and get stronger in the center first. And then this one is just a mistake. We can Atari and capture. So now our group is very strong. And if anyone is interested, I do provide lessons, $20 per month and $70 per month for up to 4. Some people did not want to pay monthly, so they asked for some lesson packages. So I have 6 lessons for $100. If there is a different number that you would want to buy, let me know and I can add some to it. Something else I've been doing is been writing some articles. These are free. So if you sign up as a free member on Patreon, you'll get a notification when I upload these. Right now I have 2. One is on how to study, and I have a second one that is how to get to 1 Dan, or at least the first part of it, and I plan to create a lot more. But let's get back to the game. We can connect here, or we can connect here. So again, even after this, our group is very strong. We can extend here, aiming at the 2 stones here, and we can do it again. Okay, so now that we have this very strong wall here in the center, now I think we can just kind of jump over here. And now if we get a weak group, we have something to run to. Okay, so we played here, so we're going to take our base. And we're just going to defend this group until it's nice and alive. Oh, we'll just keep pushing. And connect. So again, not worrying about the points. This cut shouldn't work. And he's trying to play here, which is kind of defending some points over here, but we can still slide here later. But now that we have a strong group here, it's nice and connected, we can now play somewhere else. So we could attach here, but it could get a little bit complicated. So instead, I think we're just going to expand from our corner while staying connected. And so he tries to take everything. And because we have a strong group here, and we have no weak groups, if we want, we can kind of just jump in here. But once we do, we're not worried about destroying the corner. We're not worried about attacking this. All we want to do is just run away. Maybe we can peep here, which is helping us run out. Okay, he blocks. We want to stay connected, but now he has a cutting point. Yeah, still, we can block here, but then there's like a peep here. We can connect here, so we don't have that peep. And he still needs to connect somehow. And then he's going after this stone, so we're just going to stay connected to our corner. Okay, and then he finally defends, and now we just go back to running away. He goes here, we don't care, we're just trying to connect our stones. We have some cutting points here. So let's go ahead and defend our cutting stones. Because if he goes here, we can just block. And here, there's some weaknesses here. So I think we're going to play this one, trying to make sure this never gets cut off. Okay, so he tries to cut us off, but we can stay connected. Yep, just block. And he goes here, so now we have another cutting point. So we should be trying to connect here. Another cutting point, stay connected. Not worrying about his points or anything like that. He defends his cutting point, very good. And now we go back to looking for areas of weakness, because we already defended all of our weak groups. None of the cuts should work. We could probably Atari here, and then he's forced to live, so we have some good in-game. We can slide here, and we could slide here. And I don't see any really big weak groups for black, and none for white, so I think this is the best time to just start in-game. So we want to try and play all the Sente in-games first. So we can probably start with this one. And if he blocks here, okay, he tries to be a little bit fancy. We can just block. He still has to go back and defend. And now we can start more Sente in-game. Okay, so he tries this one. And we're just going to be patient and go ahead and just defend it. I don't think that quite works because we can capture. And him connecting here is just a little bit slow, and he never defended this one. So we're going to go ahead and reduce the corner. Stay connected. And this is kind of like the first step, I would say. When you're around 10Q, Keeping all your groups connected and alive will win you a lot of games. After you get to like maybe around 5Q, I think that's when you have to start being more efficient. And that kind of just comes the more you play and practice this. So if you're like 3Q or something and you try to just defend everything, I think you can still probably win games that way, but it'll be a little bit more difficult. And another really big thing is just starting the end game first. A lot of people probably wouldn't have started in game. They would have like tried to play in the center here. They would have started pushing and not playing the sensei moves on the side, which can be very big. Because I think just from playing the end game, we grew our airs by a few points here, a few points here. We've reduced theirs. This one we managed to take the whole corner. And yeah, end game is very overpowered if you start it first. Okay, and they resign. And if we look at the score, we're ahead by about 25 points. And we didn't really do anything fancy. Like, I make it look a little bit easy because I'm a bit stronger. But if you can get where you can just defend and connect at the 10Q level, especially on Fox, it's very easy to just be more efficient than them because they're going to try and attack and kill. 10Q, I think, played pretty well. They didn't really leave behind too many weak groups except for this one. And then they left a few cutting points. But the rest of the groups, they spent a lot of time defending. But yeah, hopefully this helped. Leave a comment if you'd like to see more of this. And I'll see you guys next time.